Hey guys, it's Fred and Sheila McCoy, Hatfield McCoy Museum. We're back going to do part two of C Crawford's book, American Vendetta. You can go to fredmccoy.com for all the information on our website. The West Virginian Hatfields didn't like being described as barbarians, uncivilized and wholly savage region surrounding the Hatfields. It was said that Devil Anse wanted peace with the McCoys. Of course he did, after Randall and Sarah had lost 6 children, a brother, a nephew, not to mention Devil Anse being indicted for murder and having murder warrants out for him until the day he died. You know, it's been said many a time. I think I'm going to get over in here to it in a minute, so I won't cover it twice. The first story that ran was November the 26th of 1888, after C Crawford had spent 10 days traveling to and with Devil Anse Hatfield and going back home. Remember, during this time, the only people that C Crawford interviewed for this story / book was Devil Anse and Devil Anse's family.
Okay.
He interviewed Cap, he interviewed Levacy, good Elias Hatfield.
Okay.
And so it's the Hatfield family, Devil Anse and his family.
Okay.
So we're getting firsthand knowledge. This is not a story that you're reading that Fred and Sheila McCoy wrote in 2011, 2009, or 2015, different editions that we've improved or found more research. This is 1888, November the 26th, 1888. The cabin was burnt January the 1st, 1888. New Year's Eve, New Year's morning, went over from one to the other. But this is just months after all that took place. So it's fresh on everybody's mind. This is the first time anybody's ever been referred to, first time anybody in West Virginia was referred to as mountain people. C Crawford, you know, I heard Sheila and I did years ago, we heard Walter Cronkite or somebody in Hill People, he called them. He's doing a story and he said the Hill People in West Virginia. Well, C Crawford referred to Devil Anse and his family as mountain people, a term that would become quite common after TC's story broke. TC said he wanted to go directly to the Hatfields and McCoys to get the true story. Unfortunately, Randall McCoy refused the interview. In his book, TC tags Devil Anse and the West Virginia Hatfields with the title of Cold-Blooded Murders. Now, this is not me saying that, which if the shoe fits, wear it, but that's C Crawford. The language that he uses in these titles, he refers to Devil Anse and the West Virginia Hatfields as cold-blooded murders. And this is after he went back and done his story. This is after he interviewed them, got them to feel comfortable around them, got them to talking about some of the things that had taken place, and even though in person they would deny that it happened, then he would come out and talk hypothetically, and he'd say, if something did happen to one of your children, if something did happen to your brother, what would you do? Oh, I reckon I'd, and they go on and tell exactly what was done. TC says Devil Anse talks in a rambling way, and that every stranger is a suspect and suspected of doing him in. These are the most suspicious people on the face of the earth, referencing Devil Anse and the West Virginia Hatfields. This is me. So to all those who thinks there's always been a winner in a feud, the Hatfields killed more, but they didn't win. And you know, years ago, old Charlie Sheen, he was saying, winning. And that when I read this story, every time I read it, I think of Charlie Sheen, because a lot of people says Devil Anse won. Devil Anse didn't lose as many, or any family members. He didn't lose any of his immediate, well, Wall Hatfield died in prison. His nephew, Cotton Top, died by hanging. But he didn't lose any of his sons or daughters like Randall McCoy did. So even though he didn't lose loved ones, he lost his freedom. He lost his security. You're going to hear as we go through here some of the things that C Crawford talks about, and it's really eye-opening. So said he was suspicious of everybody. These are the most suspicious people I've ever seen on the face of the earth.
Wow.
T.C. Crawford says. Accompanying T.C. Crawford was Secretary of State John D. Floyd. Now, this is the same man that had shown Devil Anse Hatfield almost a year prior the warrant, the extradition warrant that had, and we done a video on it, so we won't harp on it. But this John D. Floyd, Secretary of State, come from the governor, and he showed Devil Anse the warrant of extradition Simon Buckner had signed, wanting Devil Anse sent back to Kentucky on the murder warrants.
Okay.
And Governor Wilson wouldn't honor the extradition, and he never sent Devil Anse back. But after John D. Floyd showed Devil Anse that paper, the extradition warrant from Governor Buckner, what does Devil Anse do? He gets all of his family together, along with Jim Vance and Johnsy and Cap and all of them, and they decide that we got to kill them all. We got to kill them all. Now, Devil Anse got sick after they made all the plans to do it, and he stayed home. But the rest of them went. They went to Kentucky, they burnt the cabin, they shot 2 more kids, and they beat the old woman. And that's where John D. Floyd comes in at. He was responsible, if you want to go that far, he was responsible for the cabin massacre by showing Devil Anse the warrant and different things and getting him all stirred up and him thinking, okay, if we kill all the McCoys, that's the only way we're ever going to be out of this. T.C. Crawford said he visited the land where murder is considered credible. He was visiting Anse Hatfield, outlaw, murderer, the man with a price upon his head. And that's how T.C. Crawford, these are not my words, this is in that book that Sheila's probably going to use for a
thumbnail.
Okay.
I've got a picture of it. I'll put that up as a thumbnail.
And that's in that book. This is what T.C. Crawford said when he got back to New York. Now, if you think Devil Anse thought T.C. Crawford was going to spend 2 or 3 days with him and go back and write a bad story, why, he would have never made it out of there alive. Devil Anse thought he'd made him a friend, and he thought he confided in him, and he thought that he was, even T.C. Crawford, it's not in here, but in another story we done, T.C. Crawford told Devil Anse, I could take you to New York and put you on the corner and let people take pictures of you, and you could make a fortune. He said, how much could we make? He said, well, you make $250 a day. Devil Anse said, set it up. He was going to go for that money and take pictures. Of course, I've always said if there was a camera lens anywhere, Anse would be in front of it. T.C. says Anse said he was with the Home Guard, but he describes him as robbers, murderers, and leading an outlaw life. Now, that's T.C. Crawford in his book. He says Devil Anse told him that he'd come home to be on the Home Guard. But T.C. describes them as being robbers, murderers, and leading an outlaw life. Not our assumption, but that of a man who met Anse Hatfield face to face and talked to him at length. Now, we're up to 8 minutes and 40 seconds, almost 9 minutes, and we're killing these between 8 and 10 minutes. Go get you some popcorn. We got probably 2 or 3 more before we'll be done with this book, but it gets better. So it's Fred and Sheila. We'll see you on the next video. This is part 2.
Right. Part 3 is coming up. Catch you on the next one. Please like and subscribe. Bye.